Hi everyone, Aidan here with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the CURT Premium hanging style bike rack here on our 2022 Entegra Vision XL motorhome submodel 34B. Now, you want to make sure that you pick up the right bike rack for your motorhome. Bike racks need to be certified for use on a motorhome because they are going to experience a great deal more vibration and shock back here than they would on your typical passenger vehicle. And the CURT Premium is definitely up to the task. It's well built and it's going to be nice and sturdy for your bikes here. It is a hanging style rack, which means our bike is hanging by the frame right here. Because of that, we're going to want to avoid our carbon frame bikes. And with any sort of alternative frame, we are going to need a bike adapter bar to get it to hang properly. One nice thing about the CURT Premium though is that the cradles actually narrow in at the end here, so for kids' bikes, we may not need a bike adapter bar because it gets these arms closer together to fit that smaller frame style, a lot better. And that's just going to help it work better out of the box. Now, you have a total weight capacity of 180 pounds, so just be sure all your bikes together weigh less than that weight limit. You don't want to overload it on the back of your motorhome here. And we can see it's attaching through 3 straps. We've got 2 on the top holding it in these cradles, and then 1 on the seat post right here, limiting our side-to-side or front-to-back movement here. So that's going to help with bike-to-bike contact as well as bike-to-motorhome contact. One thing I will point out is that we do have movement up in the front tire here that may hit your ladder, that may, depending on your handlebars, even hit your motorhome. One thing you can do is just run a cam buckle strap through the wheel here to kind of bind it in place and limit that movement at the front wheel. Super easy to pick up. We have them here at eTrailer if you need one, and it's a simple add to just make everything a little bit more solid and secure. Let's get the bike unloaded though. To do that, all we got to do is come to these straps and just pull on them and release them from these tabs. Really simple. We'll do that on all 3 right here, and once they're all free, we can just grab the bike and lift it off the rack. I always like to go back through and replace those straps just so they are out of the way and nice and neat, but you don't have to. In those cradles there, we do have ridges for our brake cables and everything, so nothing's going to get bound up or crushed underneath the frame, and it's going to help protect your bike. Now with it like this, let's get some measurements. You want to consider how much distance is going to add to the back of your motorhome. So from the back end here to the end of the bike rack, we're going to be looking at 33 inches. That's not too bad. Compared to the other bike racks, it's pretty standard, I'd say. But we can, when the bikes are unloaded, fold these arms down if we want to maybe leave the rack on here until it's ready for our next use. We just have that pin and retaining clip that we have to remove, and then we can reinsert it once those arms are folded down with the newly aligned holes. The pin and clip method is a little bit more cumbersome in my opinion than something like just a simple button or lever, but it does work fairly well. It's not too bad. And our new distance added is only going to be 8¼ inches to this end right here. And realistically, we've got a pretty large ladder here, and it's not sticking out any further than the furthest point of the ladder does. So you're not really adding any distance to the back per se. Now, if we come down here, we will notice we've got a series of pins and everything right here to tilt the rack away from the vehicle. I'm not going to show you that right now on this motorhome just because there's not really a purpose for it. That's typically for your passenger vehicles to get hatch access. So if you do want to check this out on your car, just be sure to enter that in our fit guide and check that out. Here, we've got full access to our ladder right here, and we don't have any cabinets or hatches right here that we need access to. Down at the bottom, we can see it's working with a 2" by 2" receiver tube and comes with its own anti-rattle bolt, keeping everything nice and solid in the hitch. So we're not going to have to worry about any sort of extra movement, contact with the motorhome, or anything like that. And overall, I think it's a solid rack. If you're looking for something that's going to work really well for a family, something where you've got some kids' bikes and you just want it to work out of the box right away, this is a great option to go. It's got a good weight capacity, and that narrowing at the end of the cradles is a really nice option for me. Thanks for watching.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.